Hi, everyone. I'm Robin Mitlitsky, and I'm here to tell you everything you ever wanted to know about Sandos Hotels and Resorts. So, my name is Robin Mitlitsky, and I am the BDM for the Midwest region. So, let's get started, and I'll answer all your questions hopefully as I go along. And if you have any additional questions, just keep them, keep writing them out and I will answer them. So, welcome. The first thing I just want to go over a little bit is we will be having a new and improved Sandals Smart Agent program. This program will be available shortly. Currently, we are under construction, but you will be able to earn one night one night for every 7 nights booked. What I love about this is that your points do not expire and they can be registered within 365 days from when your clients come home. You can register up to 12 months after the clients have traveled. And you can redeem them at any point, even our Spain resorts. And groups can earn up to 14 nights, so that you just have to speak to me about. And we have no blackout dates, but it is subject to availability. So I know once our Sandos Smart Agent portal is all fixed, up, ready, and new, please go ahead and register your bookings. But until it is, kindly keep track of those booking numbers because you will be able to register at them when we finally are finished. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about Sandos right now. We have 4 beautiful all-inclusive hotels in Mexico. What I love the best about the Sandos properties is that each one of them is very unique. The first hotel we're going to go and talk about is going to be Sandos Cancun. The second one is Sandos Playa Core, then Sandos Caracol, and last but certainly not least is Sandos Finisterra in beautiful Cabo San Lucas, Mexico. So, a little bit about Sandos Cancun. It is located in Cancun proper, right on the strip. And just so you have an idea, where we are. We're right next to Secrets Divine. We are a small property on a fabulous beach. And these are a couple of our wedding venues and just the overall look and feel of the property. As you can see, we are small, but we have everything that your clients could possibly need to make a wonderful vacation. So we have many room categories, starting off with our superior room. We have 91 of these rooms. All of them will sleep up to 3 people. They are spacious. Um, the rooms either have a beautiful ocean view or we have a lagoon view. Our deluxe rooms, again, 96 beautiful rooms, 450 square feet, and all of them are ocean view. And our Sandos suite, we have 8 of them, and they sleep up to 3 people, and they're 800 square feet, which is a nice space to have a wonderful vacation. And remember, this property is adult only, but your children, even when they're 18, even though they're adults, they'll always be always be your children. So these are perfect for family vacations with the older kids. A couple of more categories. We have our Laguna suite, we have a Caribbean suite, and we have our presidential suite. And that is totally reserved for when I come. That's a joke. So we do have beautiful venues for our weddings. If you want to do small meetings, we can certainly accommodate you. So we have our beach, which is, um, certainly fabulous. Many of our weddings get married right on the beach for the ceremony and the cocktail hour. The terrace is really a beautiful location, as is the penthouse. And then for something a little bit different, we're going deep into the jungles of Playa. And once we get there, we have this beautiful property set amidst the jungle and on a wonderful, wonderful stretch of beach. This property is a beautiful family resort. There's really something for everybody. It is a rather large resort, so I've kind of broken it down as to where our room categories are to make it easier for you to select what's best for your clients. So first of all, we have our family section. It looks as though it's very far from the ocean, but in actuality, from door to beach, it's about 8 to 10 minute walk, and it's beautiful, um, tree lined walk right down to the beach. And then we have our hacienda section, and I love this hacienda section. Um, it's probably my favorite room category in this hotel. As you can see, it's right in the middle of the property, and I just find it very homey. Then we have our adult section, our select club, which is closer to the beach. And in the middle of the resort, this is our meeting area where we have many of our restaurants and different things going on. So it's about a 10-minute walk from the family section to the beach. We do have a shuttle that runs every 10 to 15 minutes, but I have to say a pair of comfortable shoes goes a long way at this resort because it really is faster to just do the walk. And like I said, our walkways are meticulously manicured and always safe for everybody. We have many room categories. A lot of them will fit up to family in five, sometimes six. So we have our Riviera Junior Suite. This sleeps five. So you would have two queen beds and a pullout. So it's the perfect property for families. Perfect, certainly great for family reunions and really a good time for everybody. And then we have a Riviera Family Junior King Suite, our Select Club, which is 18 and over. As you in the picture, you can see that many of our rooms do have bunk beds for the kids. We have our Select Club Superior for adults only, our Hacienda Junior Suite, and the Hacienda one bedroom. So we do have at this property certainly many group venues, perfect for weddings, meetings, small incentive groups in our garden, beach, and terrace areas. And then we have Sandos Caracol, and this property really, when I first got there, I was like, I don't know. I'm a city girl. This is a lot of nature for me, but it was amazing. This is a real hands-on learning resort. Um, all of Sandos were very um, eco-friendly. And certainly at this resort, we really want to give back a little bit. Oh, and one thing I did forget, at Sandos Playa Car, we also have a beautiful water park, just like we do here at Sandos Caracol. This property delves deeper into the jungle. We have monkeys and all sorts of animals roaming the properties. We really like to keep a Mexican feel to this property. We have swimmable cenotes on property. We have a photo safari, a bike tour, an eco tour, a romantic riverboat ride. And this is something you should never miss, this romantic boat ride. It's is romantic, but it's not about the romance. It's about the guide. He knows everything about every little plant, every bug, every frog. And I found him so interesting and so informative that I actually really learned something. We have swimming in the cenotes. You can swim in the Jade River. We have a kayak tour. We have a workable farm so you and the kids can certainly learn about taking care of the animals. I actually learned how to milk a cow. And then we have some special sensory experiences deep into the jungle, which had me a little bit on edge, but it was a lot of fun. And here we are at this resort. So this resort also a little bit big, but you know what? It's not as big once I show you how to maneuver yourself around. So we're going to start with our Select Club, which is over here on the left-hand side of your screen is the Select Club, which is our adult only section in yellow. And then we have, ooh, what is this? This section, the Echo family. And then we have our pool view. The beach at Sandos Caracol does tend to be a little bit rocky. A little water shoes do go a long way, but once you're in, it's a beautiful smooth in, and the beach is just beautiful. And we have lots of room categories to accommodate. We have also recently redone all of our rooms, and let's have a look. So we have our Echo Family Lead-In Resort. Um, we have our Echo Family Suite. We have our Echo Family Penthouse. We have our Select Club Superior Room, our Select Club Deluxe, and these are for our adult only customers, and our penthouse. All these rooms are beautifully appointed. We certainly have a lot of different group venues. So we have our beach gazebo, our mapache deck. This is probably one of the most unique venues I've seen for weddings. This is a deck overlooking our cenote, and it really is quite beautiful. And the same for the cenote Cristaliano. And that also is a beautiful, beautiful area and a very unique area to have your event in. And certainly our rooftop terrace is just beautiful. We, like I said, we like to keep the Mexico, um, at Caracol. So every Saturday night we have the Sacred Fire event. And then my heart belongs in Cabo. This is the beautiful Sandos Finisterre. As a matter of fact, I just returned this past week. So Sandos Finisterre, I have to say, is one of the most comfortable resorts I've stayed at. Our location is incredible. We're located right by the marina and walkable to town. Um, our beach is tremendous. Unfortunately, you cannot swim on our beaches. The undertow is just really rough and unsafe for our guests. But the beach is tremendous. Our pools are fabulous. The service around the pools are great. So this is what I love about Cabo. I love the uniqueness of where the jungle hits the palm trees that is close to the ocean. I find it so unique. We have beautiful bars and restaurants in all of our resorts. Our all inclusive is really just quite amazing. Our food has come a long way. We've had a new executive chefs at a couple of our resorts. Our room categories here are just amazing at Finisterre. So the junior suite section is in the main building, and these are really good choices for families. So our junior suite section, ocean view. And if you don't have an ocean view at this resort, you have a marina view. And honestly, I love the marina view because while looking at the ocean is beautiful during the day, come 6 o'clock and the sun goes down, the lights go on in the marina, and you can see the full town of Cabo San Lucas, and it really is quite magical. And these are some of our other room categories, and they're really quite amazing. Um, our different venues, lots of different looks because of the different desert or the tropical or the ocean views. So we have our mountain terrace, we have our beach, which is very popular. I saw a beautiful wedding the other day. Our desert garden is absolutely stunning, and our plaza, Finisterre Plaza, this is also an ideal place for the ceremony. This you can see the sea as well as the marina. Our wedding packages, we make it simple for you. We have 3 wedding packages. All of them are the same inclusions. 30 people are included. Uh, it is a symbolic ceremony. If you do want to make it official, we can get you whatever denominational um, person to do your wedding. We have a private dinner and certainly added benefits for the wedding couple. But that's our basic wedding packages. Our wedding staff is amazing, and they can certainly make all your bride and groom's dreams come true at any of our resorts. Corporate groups, of course we can. We can do many different things. Certainly in at Sandos Cancun in the hotel zone is very good for a small corporate group. We can do a lot of group activities, team building type activities. And this is at any of our 4 properties. These are always available. We can get as creative as the clients need. So we do welcome any groups, and certainly if you have any, please give me a buzz and we can discuss it. So before we leave Sandos and move on to Palmaia. I want to just tell you, my once again name is Robin Mitlitsky, and I can be reached at rmitlitsky@sandos.com. And my telephone number is 917-208-8968. And that was like my little commercial in between for myself. And now we're on to Palmaia House of AiA. So now that you've learned a little something about my 4 beautiful properties throughout Mexico, we are now going to go over something very special. Palmaia House of AiA is a very unique, very special property. And if you have clients that are into the health and wellness trends, want to stay fit during their vacation, this might be a really good idea for them. So welcome to Palmaia House of AiA. So what we have is this beautiful hotel. It's a 7 buildings, all ocean fronts, pools along the sea. This property is all inclusive. We do allow children, although I do have to air some caution on this. We are very quiet. The property is very quiet. We do have a very lovely kids program, but I have to tell you, I don't really know if this is for every family, but it is certainly for everybody who is into this lifestyle. So let's get started. So Palmaia House of AiA is a beautiful 234 oceanfront suite property. We have 4 a la carte restaurants, no buffets. What's interesting about our food service, we, like I said, are all inclusive and it's based on a vegan diet, but we do have optional proteins. The food is delicious. It is all locally sourced, organically grown. Many of it is grown, a lot of the vegetables are grown on property. We do have just some of the best service and delicious food I have ever tasted. So we're located in Playa del Carmen. We do have an adult only section separated from the family section. And we do have certainly a lot of different areas for different health rituals. So we have our rituals deck, our mangrove deck, our asaru, the gypsy tent, the ocean tent, the psychedelic mushroom, and the beach temple. So as part of the program at Palmaia House of AiA, we do work on the architects of life, which really helps your mind, body, and soul. So we have the rituals of sound, like I said, our food and beverage, our alcohol and non-alcoholic drinks are just amazing. We have 24-hour room service. I told you we had a kids center. We have a fabulous gym, and our spa is just dreamy. So number one, it all starts with the food. So the number one, natural healing starts with a culinary discovery. So in our nourishing biome, um, this is eating what will make you feel better and removing a lot of the different chemicals and toxic ingredients that you do get over, just living. So I do have to say, when you check into Palmaya, you will be handed like a form when you go to the doctor's office, let's say, and it asks everything about you, what you want to get out of this vacation. Would you like to lose some weight? Do you need somebody to talk to? Do you want to relieve your stress? Any of these things. And we do have people on property that can put together a diet for you if that's what you want to do, lose a couple of pounds while you're at an all inclusive with delicious food. Sure, we'll do that. That's a challenge. If you need to speak to somebody or get some stress release, we have people on property that will be glad to listen and to maybe give you some advice. So it's a journey in the architects of life. So we have over 30 practices that are included, and all of our guests are invited to take part of them, from movement to cooking classes to all sorts of different um, activities with that'll focus on your journey at Palmaya House of AiA. And then certainly the healing aspect. So if you need to heal some part of your soul, we do have different rituals that will enhance and help you with your well-being. And then the house of the fourth house is the house of AiA. And this beautiful statue, is AiA, and she really fosters everything that goes on at the property. She overlooks our well being. So she will reignite the magic from your lost childhood. She will just ignite the property with energy. And then certainly, like I said, our spa. It is just to die for. It is beautiful. We have every possible therapy offered. The spa treatments are not part of the package, they would be additional. And I certainly urge you to indulge in one or even a couple of our packages. And certainly, this is a perfect resort for retreats, girls' getaways. If any of you agents out there have some clientele that own gyms, that have um, yoga studios, put together a group, and I think it is something that will really make it a really memorable for these people. So let's just review our suites: 234 oceanfront suites, all with a private balcony. Everything is beautifully appointed. And here are just a couple of the other different categories. And just a little bit of vibe from Palmaya. Discover your own wellness path and become the architect of your own life. The journey is yours. And thank you so much for having me today. Once again, my name is Robin Mitlitsky. I'm with Sandos Hotels and Resorts, as well as Palmaia House of AiA. I can be reached at R. Mitlitsky, Mitlitsky, at sandos.com. And my phone number is 917 208 8968. And I want to thank you so much for today. Hope to see you at some Sandos or Palmaya soon.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Robin. I am ready to go experience Sandos and Palmaia myself. They look so gorgeous. We do have quite a few questions, so we will jump into those in just a minute. Before we do, I am going to quickly share my screen and then we can go back to yours if needed. But I wanted to share my screen just to show advisors how they are able to access more information about Sandos on Vax. So I'm here on the homepage of Vax, and I'll just go to the reservations and brands option in the main menu. Scroll down to hotels and resorts, and then there's quite a few brand showcases here for various hotel brands, but I'll go down to S and select Sandos here. And I will arrive at the Sandos brand showcase on Vax. So this is Sandos home base on Vax Vacation Access, and it's been customized by their team to include lots of amazing resources to help you market their properties and of course sell them. So definitely come here. You'll find an overview of the different properties they have here, some brochures, fact sheets, maps, links to social media, of course, lots of great new promotions that you're able to access, contact information on the left, and then some great wedding materials. Here at the bottom, you will find on-demand webinars that have occurred with Sandos in the past year on Vax. So tomorrow, you'll find today's webinar listed here under on-demand. And then you will also be able to find it by going to the education tab of Vax, selecting brand training and education, and then just selecting for on-demand webinars. So you will find Sandos available there, and you'll be able to watch it there in case you need to review anything from today. You're also able to navigate under the education tab to our summer school page, where you will again be able to see this recorded webinar starting tomorrow. And you can also get some more details about our extra credit cash offer for attending summer school webinars this month. So please take advantage of those. And that is all that I had to share on my screen. So now we will jump into some questions for Robin. So we've had quite a few come in during your presentation, Robin, and we'll just go ahead and get started. So several advisors have asked about your wedding options, and Carol would like to know if there's a specific number of weddings per day that your resorts offer.
It depends on the property. At Sandos, Cancun, usually we have one a day. At Caracol and at Playa Cor, since they're bigger resorts, we might have two, but they're never conflicting. So one would be an afternoon, one might be an evening, but both would allow time for both weddings to get the full attention that they deserve. And
Okay.
then Finisterre is one.
Okay, wonderful. We also have Tracy asking if you know for Finisterra when the 2027 wedding calendar might be available. I don't know if you have that information or if they would need to contact the wedding planners directly.
I'm sorry, what calendar?
The Finisterra 2027 wedding calendar.
I don't have that handy, but if you need a date, I can certainly um check availability for you, very easily. But
Okay,
I don't personally have possession of that. That is with our wedding department.
right, right.
And
Makes
let me
sense.
just let me just tell you something because we're a little bit unique. When you're planning a wedding with us, what happens first is you can send myself an email, your other BDMs, or you can just send directly to our wedding department. Our central wedding department, which is located in Playa del Carmen, gets that wedding. And they will process everything as far as deposits and different things. Once your wedding is about 3 months out from your date, is when the wedding planners on property get the information of your wedding. I know it kind of freaks brides out, but it's pretty much the same way all the hotels do, because since we do have weddings going on most days, certainly the weddings as they come closer is how we deal with them. So today, if a bride is booking, let's say a year out, that's going to go into the main wedding folder, and we will certainly review it with the bride, as soon as we get the request. But then that process until basically 3 months out is when they're actually going to really start ramping up the work on their actual wedding.
Wonderful. I think that makes a lot of sense for most efficiency for everybody involved. Tracy also had another question about Finisterra. Do you know if it is handicap accessible?
It does have a lot of ramps, but it does also have a lot of steps. As a matter of fact, last week I took a fam out, and one of my travel agents, she was walking with a cane, and she was fine. But I do have to say, it is very steppy.
Mhm.
There's no other way for me to put it. But we do have a lot of ramps and a lot of accessibility for clients that are walking with walkers and canes. But and if you let me know prior, I will make sure that they are in the main building, which will limit a lot of the steps.
Okay, that's great. I can say I've visited before on a site inspection, the Finisterra property, and thought it was just absolutely gorgeous and truly a unique gem. And I also have to give a a big recommendation for the wedding team at that particular property. I think that they've been doing it for quite some time and they are absolutely amazing. So any advisors, if you're planning destination weddings, definitely check out Sandos overall, but for sure the Finisterra property. We
Thank
also
you.
have a few questions specific to Palmaia. Stefano would like to know if you're able to enter any Palmaia bookings into Sandos Smart Agents for the rewards once it's relaunched.
Um, I hope so. We have been talking very seriously with our managers and who is putting together. So we are hoping that we will have some sort of a rewards program for Palmaya. I'm not quite sure if it's going to be the Sandos or we're going to have a separate one, but there will be one eventually.
Okay, great. Um, Also speaking of Sandos Smart Agents, Do you know if there will be education and training resources available for advisors there?
Yes, there is. There will be a training, there will be a certification. Certainly if you need any training before that, I am certainly willing to do a webinar if you have an agency that would love me to do a webinar. I'm here for you. So, and I know that myself or any one of our BDMs, across the US and Canada do the same.
Wonderful. Would Sandos Smart Agents have any resources for finding out about agent rates or FAM opportunities?
It's going to have all that information and more. So if you're interested in any upcoming FAMs, please contact your BDMs. Midwest, I am going to have something in the Cancun area, and I'm going to say it's going to be in November, the beginning of November. I've already requested my rates, my dates, so I will be sending it out to everybody. And the way I do it is first come, first get on my fam.
Awesome. That sounds like a great opportunity. Katerina would like to know if the Playa Car and Caracol properties have exchange privileges.
Right now, we don't. We are running high occupancy. So when we're at low occupancy, yes, we do allow for um uh exchange privileges, but we've been throughout the summer, we're running high occupancy. So for the summer, and I'm gonna say probably through October, no.
Okay, sounds good. Cassandra is asking, you mentioned about some new food and beverage programs, some new managers. They are just improving the overall experience. Do you know when that change actually took place approximately?
Our chef at Playa Car started about a month and a half ago. I've gotten some really good reviews. I believe he's also overseeing Caracol. Myself, Finisterre, the food was really quite good. And I haven't been to Cancun in a while, but last time I was there, the food was really good.
Okay. Awesome, awesome. Um, we also have a question about if any of your properties have swim out rooms.
None of our properties have swim out per se, but they like at the Hacienda section in Playa Core, there are a couple of groups of rooms that have a pool. Um, so I wouldn't call it really swim out, but swim close.
Okay. Sounds good. Bobby asked about anybody who would be staying at Palmaia if they are able to accompany guests with celiac disease. And I guess that also brings up the more broad question about all of your properties and how they deal with any special dietary needs.
Absolutely. Certainly at Palmaya, when you arrive, you're given a questionnaire of everything about yourself. So the chefs will certainly prepare whatever needs to be done, celiacs, gluten free, whatever uh, medical condition, and basically the same at all the Sandos resorts.
Okay.
So upon check-in, asked to see, actually, I would see the concierge and tell the concierge that you have some food allergies or concerns, and the chef will gladly sit down with you and go over, how he can accommodate you best.
Okay. Great. We also have a couple questions about at Palmaia what the minimum age for children is.
Hmm. I'm gonna have to get back to you on that because I'm not quite sure we have a minimum age. But the way I see it, and I have a 6-year-old, my 6-year-old, I think might be running amok because there might not be enough craziness going on for him. Um, Personally, I would think it would be a better fit for smaller children. And then again, when they're older and teenagers and they can start participating in the actual rituals.
Right. Okay. I had to giggle a little just thinking about how my own kids who are 11 and 13 would really disturb the peace there.
Well,
So,
I know my 6-year-old would disturb people. He does it everywhere he goes.
yeah, yeah, for sure. I think that that is an amazing property for the clientele who are there to appreciate the full experience and what makes it unique. But some children definitely would not be that.
No.
Great. Yeah, I think that is just about everything we had. Let me just see, and I apologize, we're not able to get to every single question today, but I'm just trying to find one really great one that we might be able to end on. So I guess just a general question for you, Robin, is really your unique selling points, like what would make Sandos overall a great fit and why agents should want to recommend them to their clients.
I think Sandos is a good fit for everybody. That's that's looking for an all-around comfortable, affordable um brand. I think we have a lot to offer in that type of category. Our resorts are comfortable, laid back. There's something for everybody. My biggest tip to everybody for any of our resorts, comfortable shoes. Please wear comfortable shoes. But other than that, these resorts are fabulous. All about having a good time, bringing the family together, and really just getting to know yourself and enjoying the time we have off.
Okay, wonderful. And then just one more question. I will type it here to answer Anita. Could you say your phone number one more time?
Sure, it's 917-208-8968.
Perfect. 917-208-8968. I am just putting it here in the chat for you. And I have also entered Robin's email address a couple of times into the answered questions in the Q&A box as well. So yeah, this has been wonderful, Robin. Truly appreciate everything that you have shared today. It's been a very informative time for all of us. And travel advisors, thank you so much for attending. As we are wrapping up this session, I'd like to remind you to please complete the post-webinar survey that's going to pop up from Zoom as we exit, just to be able to share any important feedback that you have. I'll also be providing Robin with a list of all of the questions that you have submitted. So that she'll be able to reach out to you, or if it's very urgent, please use Robin's contact information as she's provided a couple of times. And as I put into the Q&A box, to reach out to her directly as well so that she's able to support you. I'd like to thank everybody for taking the time today to attend this webinar. And I'd especially like to extend a very special thank you to you, Robin, from Sandos Hotels and Resorts, for sharing all of this wonderful information with us today.
My pleasure. Thank you, everybody, for spending the afternoon with me.
Amazing. Well, thanks, advisors, and we'll look forward to seeing you again soon. Have a wonderful rest of your day.
Have a great day.